Did you know that Maria Antonia of Austria is one of the most inbred members of the entire Habsburg dynasty? Historians estimate that her coefficient of inbreeding was around 30%, an astonishingly high figure, caused by generations of marriages between close relatives. Her parents were not only uncle and niece, they were also first cousins. And incredibly, her grandparents had also been uncle and niece. By modern genetic standards, Maria Antonia's level of inbreeding was considered even more extreme than that of a child born from siblings. And yet, remarkably, she was born without severe visible deformities. Unlike some of her relatives, she did not strongly display the infamous Habsburg Jaw, the facial deformity that became increasingly common within the dynasty after centuries of intermarriage. One of the most tragic examples was her uncle Charles II of Spain, who suffered devastating physical and mental health problems throughout his life. Maria Antonia herself was born in Vienna in 1669, the eldest daughter of Leopold I and Margaret Theresa of Spain. But tragedy surrounded her almost immediately. One older sibling had already died before her birth, and two younger siblings would later die in infancy. Even her mother died shockingly young, at just 21 years old, when Maria Antonia was only around 4. After her mother's death, Maria Antonia suddenly became extremely important politically, because as long as her uncle Charles II of Spain remained childless, she stood near the center of the Spanish line of succession. And in true Habsburg fashion, this made her valuable as a future bride. At only 6 years old, Maria Antonia was proposed as a potential wife for her own uncle Charles II. He was 12 at the time, and astonishingly, the marriage almost happened. The plan was eventually cancelled, only because Charles reportedly insisted he needed an older bride immediately capable of producing heirs. Later, Maria Antonia was instead married to Maximilian II Emmanuel. But the marriage was deeply unhappy. Maximilian was known for numerous affairs, and despite giving birth to 3 sons, none survived into adulthood. Historians even believe Maria Antonia became so miserable in Bavaria that during her 3rd pregnancy, she deliberately returned home to Vienna to give birth, with rumours spreading that she never intended to return to her husband at all. Tragically, she never did. After giving birth to her 3rd child, Maria Antonia developed a severe postpartum infection. She died in 1692. She was only 23 years old. And with her death, one of the most genetically entangled figures in European royal history disappeared almost as quietly as she had lived. The Habsburg dynasty spent centuries trying to protect royal bloodlines through carefully arranged marriages. But over time, those same bloodlines became dangerously trapped within themselves. And perhaps no figure symbolizes that better than Maria Antonia of Austria, a young woman born into one of the most powerful families in Europe, yet never truly free from the dynasty that created her. This was history, but strange. If you enjoy the strange, beautiful, and unsettling side of history, make sure to subscribe. And next, watch the story of Elizabeth I and the strange obsession she had with her own hands.